So as far as prehistoric animals go, by far one of the most famous are the saber-toothed cats. From Smilodon to Machairodus, they are generally known as big game hunters, going after animals even as large as mammoths in some cases. Because of this lifestyle of hunting big game, as well as just overall being a large group of felines, it has been generally assumed that saber-toothed cats roared like modern-day lions and tigers. However, a new study from North Carolina suggests that these big cats may have been capable of purring like your average house cat, and it all boils down to how you interpret a set of small bones. Welcome back to Paleopedia, and modern cats are placed into one of two groups, the pantherine big cats or the feline little cats. Outside of the differences in sizes between the two groups, the pantherines, the big cats, are cats that roar, whereas the feline cats, or the little cats, are cats that purr. And because of their size, it was believed that the saber-toothed cat group was only capable of roaring like big cats do today. However, the ability for a cat to be capable of either roaring or purring is a little bit more nuanced than just being big or small. The ability to vocalize comes from the larynx and soft tissues in the throat, not bones. But the bones that anchor those soft tissues in place, known as the hyoid bones, differ in number and size between roaring cats and purring cats. Cats that roar, lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars, have 7 hyoid bones, whereas cats that purr, house cats to cougars, have 9 hyoid bones. And looking at saber-tooth skeletons and fossils, they only have 7 hyoid bones, so it's reasonable to assume that they weren't capable of purring, they were only capable of roaring. However, when looking at modern cats, the number of hyoid bones, there is no evidence that directly correlates the ability to purr with the number of hyoid bones that you have. Researchers at North Carolina State University looked at the hyoid bones between 4 roaring cats, lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars, 5 purring cats, ocelots, cougars, cheetahs, servals, and caracals, and compared them to 105 hyoid bones of the famous Smilodon fatalis, the most famous of the saber-toothed cats. So, since saber-tooths only have 7 hyoid bones, that must mean they could only roar, but that doesn't appear to be the whole story. While they are missing 2 bones of the hyoid structure that purring cats have, the shape of the hyoid bones that saber-tooths do have align more closely with purring cats, except they're just bigger. According to the researchers, if the 2 missing bones, the epihyoid bones, play a key role in the vocalization method of cats, then the ones that would connect to them should be different between purring cats and saber-tooths, but that's actually not the case. Even between purring cats and roaring cats, the hyoid bones actually line up in shape pretty nicely. In fact, the researchers actually found more variation in shape between the roaring and purring cats in the hyoid bones that are more close to the vocal apparatus, the thyrohyoid and the basihyoid bones. This suggests that if the hyoid structure plays a role in determining whether cats purred or roared, then the lower bones should play a bigger role than the upper bones. And since the lower hyoid bones of Smilodon line up in shape more with the hyoid bones of purring cats, that must mean that Smilodon purred rather than roared. There's just one problem with this. As I've already stated, there is no direct evidence that says the hyoid structure plays a direct role in the sound that a cat can make. This means that the sound that a saber-toothed cat made kind of depends on how you want to interpret the data. If cat vocalization is directly correlated to the structure of the hyoid bones, then saber-tooths roared like big cats. But if it's more based on the shape of the bones rather than the overall structure, then saber-tooths purred. And at the end of the day, it could be that since saber-tooths have a kind of combo of both roaring and purring cats in terms of their hyoid structure, they could have vocalized in an entirely different way. Based on the evidence, the researchers think that saber-tooths might have been a little bit more of purrs rather than roars. It's just because of the size of their hyoid bones, it means that their pitches were considerably lower than even their largest living relatives like lions and tigers. But at the end of the day, we still aren't entirely sure whether saber-tooths were roaring or purring. We just don't know, but that's what makes paleontology so much fun.